Hey guys, cannabis enthusiasts and everybody out there watching the show. Got a little bit of news for you today, May 10th. Going to be bouncing around, a little bit of Colorado, a little bit of Maine, a little bit of New York, a little bit of MSO action. So let's get started, buckle up. First thing we got is Colorado. 10 years after marijuana legalization, the city of Grand Junction, Colorado has finally established guidelines for retail cannabis sales. After a drawn-out, convoluted, bureaucratic process, the city has issued 10 retail licenses via a lottery system. Prospective sellers assert that a 2-year delay cost them millions in potential earnings. Despite the extended timeline, entrepreneurs hope the city's prime location near Utah along Interstate 70 will yield a lucrative cannabis market. Here we can see a sign clinging to the fence for the public hearing over a year ago. Pretty crazy. Then jumping over to Maine, Heritage Cannabis Holding Corp. On the Canadian Stock Exchange's C-A-N-N, a leading cannabis company, has announced its entry into the recreational cannabis market in New York. The company's RAD branded vape concentrate products will be available to consumers in the state starting from this summer. Heritage has targeted legal markets in the U.S. with a light asset model and has signed a manufacturing distribution agreement with local partners. Initial launch will see 6 SKUs with plans to add more RAD products and expand product offerings within the additional Heritage brands. New York State, which legalized recreational cannabis in 2021, is projected to have a cannabis market worth over $4 billion within 5 years. Second only to California's market in the U.S. Heritage, CEO Dave Sweet expressed confidence in the company's U.S. strategy and cost-effective growth. The company offers a wide array of cannabis products, both medical and recreational legal cannabis markets in Canada and the U.S. The announcement, however, contains forward-looking statements, and those are subject to known and unknown risk certainties. Investors are cautioned not to place undue reliance on these forward-looking statements, in case you are looking to get into the cannabis stocks. Sound good? Sounds good. So, bouncing over to Maine, a legislative committee in Maine has unanimously voted against a bill that would have allowed states' governors to establish agreements for interstate cannabis commerce with other states where marijuana is legal. Once federal policy changes, introduced by Representative Joseph Perry, a bill sought to enable marijuana imports and exports between consenting states. Despite the rejection, the chairman of Joint Standing Committees on Veterans and Legal Affairs emphasized that the topic of cross-border cannabis trade is not off the table, and that it could be addressed in future legislation. Perry noted in his testimony that cannabis is now Maine's most valuable crop and predicted that federal legalization is forthcoming. He also highlighted a need for Maine to be prepared for the legalization of interstate cannabis commerce. And then we've got some MSO news for us. Ascend Wellness Holdings, incorporated on the Canadian exchanges AAWH, a multi-state vertically integrated cannabis operator, has announced significant changes to its leadership and board of directors. John Hartman, as seen here on Undercover Boss, will become the company's new CEO, effective May 15th, 2023, succeeding the founder-led management team. Hartman has a wealth of leadership experience, having served the president of Bye Bye Baby and the CEO of True Value Company. He currently sits on the boards of the Boyd Group Services Incorporated and HD Supply Incorporated. In addition to the CEO appointment, AWH has made changes to its board of directors. Hartman will join the board, and Sam Brill will be appointed as an independent director. Brill, a leading cannabis debt investor, will also serve as a lead independent director and chair of Compensation Committee. Dan Neville, who previously served as a director, CFO, and interim co-CEO, will return to his original position as a CFO and step down from the board. Co-founder Frank Barillo, who served as the president and interim CEO, will transition to a strategic advisor role for the company and continue to serve on the board. In relation to this announcement, Chris Malio, Chief Revenue Officer, and the company have decided to part ways, with Malio planning to depart in Q3. AWH operates in several states, including Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, and the company believes these leadership changes will help drive its growth and establish itself as a leader in a rapidly evolving cannabis industry. So that's all for today's news, guys, May 10th. I hope you're doing well out there. If you're in any of the places we were talking about, Maine, New York, Colorado, love to hear from you how this news is going to impact you and where you think the industry's headed. And have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks. Cool stuff.